Maybe for a point of clarity, I'm not sure whether I must start from the writings that you made to Mzimkhulu local municipality when you were telling us about this hearing, or I just go straight to our presentation.
I see what you are.
Because if I'm allowed to do so, I'll jump straight to paragraph number 8.
8, I think so, yeah. Go straight to paragraph.
Yes, I think the what appears in paragraphs 1 up to 7, up to 6, yeah, up to 7, is really just background information which we can all read. You don't have to repeat that.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. The background that I'll start with. In the 2011 municipal elections, the African National Congress won the elections for the Mzimkhulu local municipality with a majority vote. The ANC qualified to have 37 councillors. The National Freedom Party qualified for 2 councillors, and the Inkatha Freedom Party qualified to have 1 councillor. After those elections, Mr. Mputu Mimpabanga was deployed as the mayor.
That is yourself.
That's myself. At that time, the present municipal manager, Mr. Zwelipanti Stanley Kosana, was the Speaker of the Council. Comrade Sindingala was also deployed as the Deputy Mayor at that time. Beginning of 2012, the Speaker of the Council, Mr. Zwelipanti Kosana, had to resign due to other engagements, and eventually the Council had to elect the Speaker, Councillor Khalid Tobela. At the end of 2011, the contract of the municipal manager came to an end. Then the Council had to appoint the new municipal manager. The municipal manager for 2012 to 2016 was Mr. Zwelipanti Sikosana. After the elections, the affairs of the municipality ran smoothly and without any serious problems from 2011 until the end of that municipal term in 2016. The municipality's financial affairs were properly administered, and the municipality had a clean audit reports from the Auditor General for the financial year and 2013-2014. Consequently, the municipality received an audit opinion from 2014 till to date without any regression. The good track record of the municipality was recognized by the offices of the MEC for Cooperative Governance and Traditional Affairs, and had rated the municipality as one of the best municipalities in the province of KwaZulu-Natal for the period 2013 to 2014 and 2014-2015. During its tenure, the municipality and its councillors worked extremely hard to ensure that service delivery was made to the community and effected substantial improvements to the infrastructure of the Mzimkhulu area as a whole. The municipality was rated as having the best integrated development plan capacity municipalities in the province of KwaZulu-Natal for the years 2013 to 2014, 2014 to 2015, and 2015 to 2016. The portfolio of evidence is the trophies and certificates from COCTA, SIGFARO, and Premier's Office are attached to some of the projects undertaken by the municipality, marked A. During the last election, in August 2016, the majority votes were again won by the ANC and the council secured 43 seats. There were 38 ANC seats and 5 opposition seats, namely 1 IFP, 1 African Independent Congress, and 2 economic freedom fighters. By and large, there was cooperation between all the political parties in the Mzimkhulu municipality in administering its affairs. Comrade Mputu Mpabanga was again deployed as the mayor of the deputy mayor as Comrade Ndingala, the chief whip as Comrade Xolan Chazi, and the speaker as Khalid Tobela. For the year 2016, the municipality was regarded as the best municipality in KwaZulu-Natal by the Premier, as well as the best municipal manager, Z.S. Kosana. We received 2 bronze medals from our Honorable Premier, W. Mchunu, under the annual prestigious event, which is occasionally called the Premier's Excellence Award. The external audit by the Auditor General for the 2016-2017 financial year has not yet been done by the municipality, but the municipality anticipates that it would not again regress. Throughout the period from 2011 up to the present time, there has been proper and regular financial management of the affairs of the municipality. Matters giving rise to the political conflict. Prior to the 2016 local government elections, the ANC had to convene a regional general council after departure of the chairperson of the region, Comrade Mluleki Ndobe. The regional general council had to appoint a new chairperson for the region. 2 members of the ANC contested the position for the chairperson. These comrades were Comrade Zamo Nxumalo and Comrade Khalid Tobela. After elections were held, Comrade Zamo Nxumalo emerged as the successful candidate and took the position of chairperson. Arising from this contestation between the comrades for the position of chairperson, there arose 2 factions within the ANC, namely the supporters of Comrade Nxumalo and the supporters of Comrade Tobela, which gave rise to a conflictual situation within the organization. The Herigwara area has 4 sub-regions with ANC branches. These sub-regions are Ixopo, Umzimkhulu, Kokstad, and DZ, the then Ingwe. The majority ANC of branches in the Umzimkhulu area supported the candidacy of Comrade Tobela to be the chairperson of the region. However, notwithstanding this, Comrade Nxumalo, with the support from some of the other sub-regions, emerged as the successful candidate for the position of chairperson. After being elected as chairperson, and in his closing speech, Comrade Nxumalo indicated quite emphatically that there would be no dominant sub-region. Indeed, we thought by his speech that he meant to bring unity to the 2 factions. However, by implication, he meant that even though the Umzimkhulu area was bigger than the other sub-regions, it would not have a dominating force. These sentiments expressed by Comrade Nxumalo in his speech were not acceptable to all concerned, but the manner in which it was expressed suggested that he intended to take a partisan approach against members of the ANC branches in the Umzimkhulu area who did not support him. As things transpired, Comrade Nxumalo, upon his election as chairperson, began suppressing those who did not support him in the election and tried to promote those branches and members of the ANC who did support him. The August 2016 municipal elections were approaching, and branches had to conduct their nominations for that election. The branches' general meetings were then held by the various branches in the sub-regions in order to nominate their ward candidates. As a result of the conflictual situation which arose between Comrade Numalo's supporters and the supporters of Comrade Tobela, these BGM's meetings were marred by disruption and at times violence between members of the two factions. Some of the nominations were being riddled by the deployees who were sent to oversee the sitting of the BGMs. They did not follow a transparent and democratic nomination process as a sport in the ANC guidelines. The meetings which resulted in the nominations were tainted with hostility, conflict, factionalism, and violence. However, at the end of the nomination processes, the branches of the various sub-regions submitted their nominations of the persons who were to be councillors in municipalities of Herikwala region, and the regional list committee had to finalize the list of names. It should be mentioned in this regard, prior to the names of those candidates who were nominated being submitted to the regional list committee, they were taken to the community, which approved their names as being their first candidates of choice. However, when the regional list committee finalized the list, the names of many persons who were put up as the first candidates of choice did not emerge as successful nominees due to manipulation of the list, and many of the persons who were chosen by their branches, which were endorsed by their respective committees as the first candidates, were left out of the final list approved by the regional list committee, and they were substituted deliberately with other persons, mainly those who had supported the election of the Comrade Numalo as the chairperson of the region. This led to a serious conflictual situation between the two factions. The matter then went to the Provincial List Committee, but even there, it was not resolved democratically. The Provincial List Committee maintained the list as a committee, which examined the conflictual situation between the sub-regions of the Herikwala area, which gave rise to instability. Protested at persons whose names appeared as the ward candidates in the regional list committee, which had been endorsed by the provincial list committee, and as a result, two factions, resulting in unrest and conflict between the respective councillors who lent their support in one way or another to each faction. In elaboration of the above, the following is further recorded. The Regional List Conference was held after the BGMs in May, June 2016. It was convened by the Provincial List Committee members. Umzimkhulu as a sub-region had to finalize its PR list. Umzimkhulu sub-region finalized its list with the names of the candidates. This list was approved by the delegates in the Regional List Conference. Subsequently, the Regional List Committee endorsed the names of the approved list that had been received from the List Conference. About 70% of the approved names which were given to the Regional List Committee were changed, which change of names had not been endorsed by the ANC branches. The change of names by Regional List Committee was done against the wishes of the Umzimkhulu branches of the ANC. This added fuel to the instability and hostility in Umzimkhulu. Disputes concerning the manner in which the name change took place arose. The final list, which was provided by the Provincial List Committee, as changed by the Regional List Committee, then proceeded to elections. During the elections, those names in the list, as changed by the regional list committee, emerged as the councillors of the Umzimkhulu municipality. As such, there exist factions in the council within the ANC membership. I attach here to a list of names put up for nominations by the Umzimkhulu branches as approved by the regional list conference. The killings. The killings and other criminal conduct. Whilst preparing for the regional conference, two slates emerged from the two factions with regard to the top 5 officials towards the regional conference. The slates were posted on social media, and the photograph of Comrade Thobela, earmarked for the position of the regional secretary, was removed and replaced by the face of a dog. And this was disseminated on social media. Subsequently, Thobela's picture was replaced by a candle lit. This happened in April 2017, and 4 days later, Comrade Thobela was assassinated. He was the deputy secretary and the party representative of the ANC, but was not a ward councillor. He was also the speaker of Umzimkhulu. He was shot at his home at Mfundweni, Ward 13, in Umzimkhulu, at approximately 6:30. His shooter entered the premises and hid in a corner, and when Comrade Thobela emerged from his house, he was shot more than 30 times. He was taken to hospital and passed away 2 days later. On the day of Comrade Thobela's death, a suspect was arrested and charged. However, it was found that there was insufficient evidence to sustain a prosecution against him, and the charge was not proceeded with. From the information we have received, the suspect was found to be in possession of an illegal firearm. A charge has been brought against him for being in possession of an illegal firearm, which charge is being investigated, and investigations are also being conducted in order to link the firearm used in Comrade Thobela's murder with other crimes in the area. Comrade Thobela was 46 years old and is survived by his wife and 4 children. A boy, 18 years old, 2 girls, both of whom are 10 years of age, and a girl who is 5 months old. He was the sole supporter and breadwinner of his family. As it has been witnessed in this commission that someone from Umzimkhulu municipality testified that Comrade Thobela's death is associated with corruption, wherein they said he refused to sign a document. Eventually, he was killed. We would like to register our discontent and puzzlement by that statement. Hence, we request the Commission to ask that document to be submitted to it as evidence. As Umzimkhulu municipality, we do not have anything that has to do with signing of documents by the Speaker or the Mayor in relation to the Memorial Hall. The Council of Umzimkhulu doesn't know the existence of such information. It is being dismissed with a contempt that it deserves. We regard this commission as a body which is established to deal with the real factors which contribute to the killing of councillors, not to parade one's political feelings and passions against his or her political opponents or rivals. Comrade Thobela's funeral was held during 30th April 2017 and was attended by high-ranking officials from the ANC, including some of its NEC members. Comrade Mduduzi Chibase was party representative councillor at the municipality. He was shot on 23rd May 2017 when he was close to the gate of his premises sometime between 6 to 7 in the afternoon. The hitman waited and shot him upon his arrival at his house. He was shot several times and died on the scene. Comrade Chibase lived in Ward 14 in Gugwin location, Mzimkhulu. No suspect has been arrested for his murder, which is still under investigation. Chibase left a wife and 3 children, a boy who is 1 year old and 2 minor girls. He was 39 years old at the time of his death. His funeral was held on 27th May 2017 and was also attended by high-ranking officials from the ANC. Comrade Florence Nene was a party representative councillor, and she was involved in a motor vehicle collision in June 2017, when she died as a result of injuries sustained by her. She was alone in her motor vehicle and drove on the road from Pietermaritzburg to Mzimkhulu, and was involved in a head-on collision near the Richmond area and died a few hours later in hospital. It would appear that her death was not politically related or motivated. Comrade Nene was 55 years old. She was married and had 2 adult children and a grandchild. Her husband died prior to her, and she was the sole breadwinner of her family. Her funeral was in June 2017. She resided in Sisulu Township, Ward 16 in Mzimkhulu. On the 13th of July 2017, Comrade Sindiso Makaka, who was an ANC party representative councillor and executive member of the municipality, was shot whilst he was driving his motor vehicle. Several gunshots were fired at him. He had 2 female councillors as passengers in his motor vehicle who were also injured as a result of the gunshots which were fired. These 2 female councillors were Comrade Jabulile Mzizi and Comrade Nontsikelelo Mafa. Comrade Mzizi Msiya lived at Extension 8 Township in Ward 16, Mzimkhulu, and Comrade Mafa lived in Ward 11 at Ibis Township in Mzimkhulu. Comrade Mafa was shot in the leg and stomach, and Comrade Mzizi did not suffer any serious injury. Tender irregularities, that is Memorial Hall construction. By certain individuals, internally and externally, collaborating in order to discredit the existence of the municipality. The document was again not in the municipal logo. There's one document here, which is a spreadsheet stating the service provider, invoices, exclusive VATs, and amount paid. There is no municipal logo in that one.
Mr. Commission.
Yes.
And can you also confirm that we, as evidence leaders, have given you a copy of the spreadsheet which he handed in as an exhibit before this commission, so that you would be better placed to give your side of the story before this commission?
Yes, I do confirm.
Proceed. Thank you.
Thank you. As I said, the document was again not in the municipal logo, which shows that people who are in possession of this document should be examined and it is always made available in the municipal website. Then the checklist that entails the required documents in procurement processes, which has got nothing to do with the memorial hall. This is a well-orchestrated conspiracy directed to the municipality because it is evidenced by the message which was circulated between the informer and the prominent leader in the region, who is behind all what is happening in Umzimkhulu.
So when you talk of CM, you are identifying that CM.
This man was not taken from the reshuffle, from the provincial reshuffle, and centers of power. Tabiso Zulu has forwarded all these allegations of CM to the Hawks. Now we are finalizing the one related to Sikhosana at Umzimkhulu, and those will also be given to Mageba for him to